Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So obviously ContraPoints was canceled. She put out her video called Canceled. I was honestly literally thinking about making a video called Canceled, but I would rather talk about a piece that she kind of maybe perhaps neglected to talk about in her canceling video. But maybe she just never saw it through this lens or saw it this way, I guess. ContraPoints, our dear Queen Mother, has always been kind of like straddling the line between liberal and leftist, which is like kind of another video topic. You basically kind of can't tell if she's a social democrat or a democratic socialist, but I think she's definitely said she is a democratic socialist before. Problem is, with those labels, you can't really tell if somebody is actually that or if they're just a sock dem, so it's kind of like, what are you, what are you? But my point is, she might be missing a more Marxian, intellectual, academic prognosis of the problem here. And then, of course, is the fact that cancel culture is neoliberal, or cancel culture is neoliberalism, or cancel culture falls under neoliberalism, or cancel culture is a symptom of neoliberalism, or neoliberalism is cancel culture. But most of you probably don't even know what the terms mean, so neoliberalism is basically where you have market solutions to social issues. So like using the ideology, the strategy, the framework, the imagined reality of the marketplace, capitalism, to solve problems that are humanistic. It's kind of like if you took a STEM, science, technology, electronics, math, I think that's what STEM stands for. I don't know. Dumb hoe moment. But if you took a STEM approach to a humanities problem, it's essentially what we have here. Which is why, neoliberals are often then hit with the label slash pejorative of technocratic, because they think if you tinker with the way society is structured just right, you'll get perfection, which is kind of not the way it works. Now, how is cancel culture neoliberal then? Well, basically, in the modern era, our phone-obsessed era, our technologically corrupted era, your emotions are literally commodified. Your outrage is literally commodified. They want you, and by they I mean media outlets and shit, they want you to be mad about certain things and at certain people. To generate clicks, obviously, which also generates clicks as in CLIQUE, with these little cancel mobs. And what you don't understand is what's happening is that this is being weaponized against these people and is literally like a trick of your mind. It's some Jedi mind trick shit, kids. Now, this is probably explained better / more concisely / less dumb hoey than me on this podcast called the Low Society podcast, which is I think it's Peter Coffin. I think it's his voice, and a couple of other lefties on YouTube. Did I just say lefties? Like I'm Destiny now? Someone fucking shoot me already. But here we go, kids. I've got the clip. I've got the clip set up.
I guess the best way to start is to sort of give a quick and dirty definition of neoliberalism, which is essentially, I like to use the fetishization of markets, creating markets anywhere one can.
Yeah, that put in a very idiot proof is basically market solutions to social problems.
Yeah.
So, like, one brief example of that could be like the prison industrial complex. Like, you have a problem with poverty, you have a problem with criminality, that's like a social problem, and then the market steps in and says, hey, how about we like create prisons where we exploit the labor of these people and use it to generate profit. It's like a market solution, a consumable solution to a social problem.
The commodification of some social issue.
Yeah. And as anti-capitalist, which is where we stand on the political spectrum, we're against that. We think that that's corrosive to society. We think that we need to actually address social issues rather than just kind of throwing market solutions at them. But as pertains to culture on Twitter, on YouTube, cancel culture, there are economic incentives for cancel culture to not be criticized, because people use it all the time as a way to destroy rivals, to maintain their position in the hierarchy, to appeal to certain demographics.
Or to validate people.
Validate people. And that's like my major critique of like the bigger bread tube people, is the fact that they allowed this shit to go on for so fucking long without challenging it because they were benefiting from it. But as soon as it came to their fiefdom and as soon as the rabble were outside their gates, that was when they were like, oh no, this is wrong. But they said, no, this is wrong without actually doing the structural analysis that will prevent it from happening again. So I'm happy that ContraPoints came out and said something, but I still think that it's kind of missing in the kind of robust analysis that is what's going to solve it.
Well, for me, I think the thing I'm most thankful for is just that one of the bigger voices acknowledged the problem and acted like it's real. And
okay, so I think that's all of them talking about that specific point. Basically, yeah, they kind of just said what I just said in a way. Don't come after me. I love your podcast. Shout out to the Low Society podcast. I literally subscribed right after seeing that clip. After I uploaded my first YouTube video up on here, on my channel, which you can watch if you want. It's called Welcome to Hell World. There is a hell and we already live there. Lucky us. But they're kind of making a different point than I am, in the sense that they're basically saying that, like, there's economic incentives that are enforcing cancel culture, but, like, my point is that your emotions are literally being commodified by these people. But also it just occurred to me that Contra is probably going to make a part 2 to canceling, so, like, their part about... Oh, why didn't she talk about this? She's probably going to talk about it in her next video, which I hope is an hour 40 minutes. Again, how can part 1 be longer than part 2? That just wouldn't add up to me. But thank you guys for watching my video. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more. I feel like a dirty whore for saying that, but it's okay. Never mind. Thick thighs save lives. I fuck a lot of guys. I don't know. Goodbyes.